Welcome to part 2 of the 2 videos covering the topic engineering drawing. In today's drawing, we'll be producing the spanner, and it's a continuation of the first video that we started in the previous video. So I promised you that I would show you the instructions. So here are the instructions. So the instructions are as follows. 1. Draw the spanner using either a CAD software or drawing instruments. 2. Fully dimension the drawing. 3. Make a title block to include your name and topic. And the topic for today's drawing would be engineering drawing. If your drawing is CAD based, then 4. Plot the sheet in PDF in monochrome on a sheet size ISO A3, which is 420 millimeters times 297 millimeter. That is the sheet size, the size of the paper, the measurements of the paper. And the last instruction, if you had created a CAD-based drawing, is to create a folder and place the PDF inside this folder. So we'll be starting the video now. Here, so we're gonna go layer properties manager again. We're gonna click this icon to get a new layer. We're gonna call it outline. And we're gonna change the line weight here to 0.3. Press OK. Close this. Right, so we're gonna put all of these lines on the outline layer so that it is darker, all right, or the line weight is 0.3 millimeters. So we select all of these objects. Then I'm going to come here, we're going to go to outline. All right, now what had happened? You need to come back to the layer properties manager. When you make a layer, the layer that you're making inherits the properties of the current layer that was selected. So the center line layer was the last active layer that we had. So what happened? The outline layer, because we didn't change it at that point, it assumes or it inherited the line type of the current layer at the time, which was the center line. So I need to come here, line type. I need to choose continuous and then press OK. And then when I close this now, you see now that's now a solid line rather than a hidden detail. So here it is. All right, so good job if you followed along. So what we're going to do, we're going to label the drawing. So we're going to write, I'm going to select here, the height would be 6, enter, rotational angle 0. I'm going to label it drawing of a closed end spanner. All right, we need to center this label. All right, so I'm going to click here, enter to select object, and I'm going to move it, and I'm going to put it, need to turn off ortho, put it right here. The next thing we're going to do now, we're going to put on the dimensions on the drawing. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the distance for the hexagon note that it can hold. Right, so we're going to go here, I'm going to click here. Oh, I need to change this to the 0 layer. All right, so we're going to come now, I'm going to measure here to there. All right, now the 45 millimeters is a little bit too small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type D for the shortcut for dim style. I'm going to go to modify. Then I'm going to change this number to 2. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to close. And if you look now, the 45 is bigger, right? All right, the next information we're going to put on now is the radius for this larger circle. All right, I'm going to choose diameter instead of radius. So I'm going to come here, click here. I'm going to put this right there. Good, that's diameter 60. Then I'm going to indicate the length, how long the spanner is. So I'm going to come here. That's 160. Put it right there. Good. Next thing I'm going to indicate is the arc right here. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go radius. I'm going to click this arc. I'm going to put it right here. All right, so we need to click on it and move it over this side. All right, good. Now, because it is symmetrical and there's one over here, what we can do, we can put 2 times R25. All right, so that means there are 2 radius, one above and one below. All right, so we're gonna come down here now. We already use a diameter. I'm gonna show you to use a radius, right? So we're gonna, well, you just did it a while ago. So we're gonna go radius. We're gonna indicate this radius. This is 6. I'm gonna press this again. I'm gonna indicate this radius. This is 12. All right. So this is our spanner that a mechanic would use to tighten or loosen a nut or a bolt, right? So good job if you followed along. Here we have gotten the information that the plot and published job is completed, all right? And it says no errors, all right? Now the next thing I want to show you is that I saved the title block as a block, and what I'm going to do now is show you how to edit the block. So here it is one entity. So what you have to do is explode. So we type explode, EX for explode. And then when we click on it now, enter, each of these individual parts now is now different objects. So what I can do, we have topic here that says floor plan, which we'll do in the future. I can come here and I can change it because this is not a floor plan. And I can write engineering drawing. Engineering drawing. Okay. Click outside, right? And this is how you would. So we can actually move the topic, the word topic. So we can click here, enter the base point, and you see we can move it here and center it. Good. So this is our completed drawing. So I showed you how to import a block. We made a block in a previous video and I'll be uploading that video shortly. And I showed you how to edit the title block which is saved as a block in a previous video. So good job if you followed along, and thanks for watching, and take care until we meet again. In the next video we'll be looking at the involute to a circle, and we'll be drawing the tangent and normal. So we're looking forward to seeing you in the next set of videos that we'll be doing. So take care until we meet again. Bye. If you are required to put it in a specific folder, then what you'd have to do, you'd have to go to here's the spanner. So what you'd have to do is make a folder. So I'm going to go to AutoCAD, all right? And where you want it now, I'm going to make, here's the spanner model. I'm going to right click, new folder. Then I'm going to call the folder, should have my name. So my name is CAD with Mr. Hugh. That's the name of my folder. Now the next step is to sheet the drawing. Put a margin around it and then print the drawing. That's what I mean by sheet. We're going to sheet it and print it. So what we're going to do, in the previous video, we made a block that has our title block and the margin. So I'm going to post that video shortly. All right. So we're going to go insert recent block. My recent block is the title block. So here it is coming down. What I can do, I can close this. All right, so coming down, here's my title block. Good. I'm gonna just center it here. And I click here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move the drawing over. Good, and here I can now bring in my drawing, and I can now bring in my border, my pre-made border. Click there. Right, and here is my completed drawing, right? So to print it now, I'm going to print it in monochrome. So I'm going to come up here, going to press plot. Then I'm going to choose the drawing to PDF here. Then the size sheet that they want is 420 by 297 millimeters, which is this size. Then I'm going to put fit to paper, that's a plot scale. I'm going to put it landscape. Then I'm going to center the plot. Then coming up here, I'm going to choose the monochrome because that's specified monochrome. Assign this plot to all, I'm going to put no. Then I'm going to put plot transparency because where you see I wrote CAD with Mr. Hugh on the handle of the spanner, I actually made a layer and the transparency is on that layer. So I want to print the transparency, which has a name CAD with Mr. Hugh. All right, so now we have everything there. We're going to go to preview. And this is what the preview would look like. Escape. So I need to go to window and I'm going to click here to there as a window. And then when I go preview now, you can see that it is maximized versus what we saw before. We're going to press this X, right? Press OK. Then it's going to ask us where we want to print it. So then here now, I made a folder. Here's a folder, says CAD Mr. Hugh. We're going to save it in there and we're going to put the name beside it as required. Say CAD with Mr. Hugh. And you press save, now it'll be saved in the folder. All right, so that is how you would do it. And all right, and then here now is the spanner with the title block and everything. So good job if you followed along. We have come to the end of today's video. In today's video, we drew the engineering drawing. We completed the spanner drawing. We inserted the dimensions and we plotted the drawing on a drawing paper with a title block. We also placed the PDF in a folder that was required in the question which we outlined in the beginning of the part 2 video. So in the next video, we'll be looking at the involute to a circle, and also we'll be drawing the normal and tangent to the involute. So we're looking forward to seeing you in those videos. Please take care until we meet again. And at CAD with Mr. Hugh, we are your CAD resource. So we thank you for joining us and take care until we meet again. Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.